Grand Rising. Say hello to Acer. Hello to Acer. Oh, him just so handsome. Him just so handsome. Yeah, so everything is, every sickness, every situation, every unfortunate event, my own journey at least, everything has been fear. Fear. The fear of something happening, like the unknown. The fear of feeling the emotion, the unknown. The fear of getting sober. The fear of what it would feel like to let go of something that we really love. The fear starting a new adventure. The fear of, and fear is the whole thing is fear. Like, when you really stop and think about that, like, stop and think about that for a minute. Everything that you are not allowing yourself to do, or every boundary that you have, is the fear of what Shivani Ma she's come on our Wellness Wednesday a couple of times, and she has spoken about broadening our vocabulary and coming up with new words to use when we are going through something. And instead of saying, you are doing this, you do that, and you, and you. And I just went through this on Sunday, having to redirect and reflect on, instead of pointing the finger, because you know that saying goes where when you point the finger this way, you got 3 more pointing back at you. And that's the truth here. So you are doing this, but how can we redirect and reflect and say that you have done has triggered what? What did it trigger? Because I'm mad, pissed off, whatever, the emotion, energy, the energy is in motion. So whatever it did, sparked, it triggered, the energy is in motion, so now I have an emotion. But our vocabulary that surrounds the different emotions that we have, they're so limited. And she came on and she says that she has a list in which she sits with her children and she has them to write all different emotions, words describing the emotions, because I like to use I'm mad, I'm pissed, I'm angry, sad. That's so angry. I can pretty much, yeah, when I'm angry, I'm afraid that I won't get my way. I'm afraid that I'll have to go somewhere out of my comfort zone. I'm afraid that you may come out looking like the hero and I look like the one who needs to do the work. I'm afraid that I might have to do some work. I'm afraid, yeah. So, and then when somebody is sad, it's really the same thing. It's fear. It's like, well, I'm sad that I'm now going to have to grieve. Or I'm sad that I have to do this alone. Or I'm sad, you know? And there's so many words that we are limiting ourselves. And I recognize this on Sunday. So on Sunday, we had an instance in, you know, so, a life lesson, challenge, whatever you want to call it. There was something that needed to happen so that something else could continue to happen. You know, it's like those type things. And in the moment where it was about to happen, I had kind of checked out. I was like, that's not my circus and it's not my monkey, so I am gonna go to the gym. That was like my thing, right? I'm gonna go to the gym. You guys can do that, and I'll come back later. And when I said that I was gonna leave my own house because I didn't want to participate in what was going on, and I was asked, why are you gonna leave? And just like I do in you know, I had to ask myself the hard question, and it came to a place where the answer was, I don't want to feel that emotion. I don't know what's going to happen and how it's going to work itself out. And in between it happening and working itself out, I don't want to deal with it. I would rather just run the other way. And then I recognized, like, taking a good hard look in the mirror, I was like, wait, this is just the first of many, because this is something that we're going to have to work through as a collective in this household. I mean, there's 6 of us here. We're going to have to work through this because it affects 5 of the 6 people. So as a collective, and if I want to be in a place where I can help, then I have to be a part of the collective. So running away is not going to help me, because the next time this comes around, I'm still going to have to do it again. It's like, you know, I kind of relate everything to like getting sober. Recognizing things like that. Like, so if I eventually want to get sober, like, so, I mean, how many times can we go to rehab, get sober, and do it again? Like, eventually, you're going to actually have to go through the shit to get to the other side. Like, you're gonna have to go through the shit to get to the other side. You know? And so I decided that I was gonna stay. I decided that I was going to stay. I didn't run away. I decided I was going to stay. And just like I had believed it would be, A belief is a thought that we continue to think. So I set myself up to believe that it was going to be fucked up, and it was. But I stayed. And I felt the feelings. And I overreacted. And I did some things that I wasn't necessarily, that I wish I wouldn't have done. But at the same time, instead of running, fuck everything and run or whatever, fear. Fuck everything and run. Or we can face everything and rise. And I didn't respond. I didn't react. I didn't react. Respond. I reacted instead of responding. I reacted. Like, I didn't respond too good. React too good. It triggered a lot of things inside of me. However, the things that it triggered was exactly the things that I didn't want to feel, and that's why I was running, But so although I wanted to be really hard on myself for reacting the way I did and not responding rationally, I did face the fear. I didn't run. I didn't just fuck everything and run. I faced it, and I am now in the place to rise. I'm gonna rise from it. I'm sure there's a couple of, I love this. I never, ever, ever have to brush my hair again. And nobody expects me to, which is really, really great. The expectation is gone. Like, she's gonna look like she just woke up. I think that's the plan. It takes away all the masks and shit, that we have to wear. Fear is the cause of it all. Dis-ease. Ease. Ease. Everything is running smoothly, flowing like water. Easy breezy. Dis-ease would be the opposite of easy breezy. So when we have a disease, dis-ease, it is because there is a blockage of ease somewhere. Now where? Throughout my journey, this healing journey, the more and more as it goes, I was really pushing, kind of forcing on myself and on others what I should eat and how they should heal. by only one way. I and recognizing now that I recognize that it's been a while, that I've been on 7 years of this healing journey. 7 years. No. 7 years. Yeah, I got sober in 2017, but my mother passed in 2015. What is, however long this is. It's been a while. I've come to realize that food and what we're putting in our body is just one aspect of the bigger picture. And I can eat watermelon for 60 days. If I'm stressing the whole time I'm eating the watermelon, my body is still in a state of dis-ease. So it would be a better option for me to cut back on the resistance so much of one thing and allow it to flow naturally like water. Because when you begin to heal, you will naturally stop wanting to put the bullshit in your mouth. There is no way that you have done the hard work and you still feel that you should reward yourself with a big bowl of bullshit. No. So I feel like that it comes naturally after a little bit. Like, you just naturally want to love yourself a little deeper. And you stop looking to outside things to make you whole, and you become whole with self. And you begin to flow like water. And then if you eat something that's something that you would not have normally eaten, you forgive yourself. You allow yourself space to let it move out. And those instances become less and less and less because you're doing it more from a place of ease. And it's less of a stress. You know, you find people who start a diet and like 4 days later, they can't do it. And maybe they shouldn't have started a diet at all. Maybe they just should have eliminated one thing, another thing. They didn't necessarily have to join the gym. They could have walked up and down the driveway, you know, just practiced showing up for themselves, ease, instead of buying the new sneakers and the new gym. Now, the little gym outfits and all that, I'm not knocking that, because when I put on my little booty shorts, I really want to go to the gym. Like, I'm not, you get what I'm saying. It's an added bonus. But you actually should start in ease. And then as you walk up and down the driveway, then you can maybe walk up and down the street. And then you can think about a treadmill or a gym. But it should be with ease. It shouldn't be going from Netflix and chill to a 3-hour workout, because there will be resistance in between. It has to come from a place of ease. And so, as I reflect, I see that showing up without running was a good place for me to start. I can say all the woulda, coulda, shouldas about, well, you stayed, but I mean, you flew off the freaking handle like that. Your reaction was terrible. But next time, I'm going to show up again, and it's going to be a little better. And then the next time I'm going to show up again, and it's going to be that much better. And then pretty soon I'm going to show up every time, and I'm not going to react at all. And I'll be able to respond from a rational place. And when I do get triggered, I'll be able to use a different word. You know, I should ask Shivani for that sheet that she uses with her children. It's actually a great idea for us to broaden our vocabulary with words that we feel, because the energy in motion the emotion, there's a lot of words to describe, but ultimately I think it comes down to fear. It all comes down to fear. All right. Hold on. Wait, hold on. I'm not sure what this is. I planted the seed. Does anybody know what this is? I planted the seed. I know it's an edible plant, but I don't know what it is. I forgot to mark what it was. Look at this lettuce here. That is beautiful, isn't it? Look at these hollow. That succulent back there is doing its thing. It started off as one, and it has like, man. This rosemary, I need to transplant it, I believe. It's time. These little things are cool as well. This lettuce is great. It's ready for a salad. Yeah. I enjoy sitting in here. It really reminds me to stop and be still. Because while I'm sitting here being still, these plants are growing. And I can't necessarily see their growth right in the moment. But every time I leave and I come back, I notice some growth. And these plants have the same amount of time to grow as I do. And so when I show up the next time with them, I have to remember that maybe they're looking at me and wondering like, well, what have you done? Look at all we've done. What have you done? They're not afraid to grow. It's nature. We are nature. We've just been separated from nature so much that we look outside of ourselves. That plant right there never asks me what I think he should do. He's in tune with self. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna go within. And that aloe does not grow at the same rate or pace as that lettuce. They do totally different things. The aloe never says, well, I don't look like that, so I'm just gonna stop. It doesn't have any fear at all. He just does its thing. Beautiful. 25 minutes on a video? All right. Bye.